Hello, friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to welcome you all in our afternoon session as we do it every Saturday, where we bring a lot of news, views, discussion about real estate. It's always our endeavor to educate as much as we can and keep you posted about the latest development in real estate industry. I'm pretty sure you all enjoy this discussion and a lot of participation happens on this discussion every week. Thank you very much for that. Your participation, your encouragement, your helps us to make this session much informative and much better every week. But today, before we talk about real estate, I would request every single individual, every viewer, wherever, however, and in whatever way, I can request you guys to please go and get vaccinated. We all know what is happening in India, Brazil, and some of the other parts of the world where second, third, or whatever wave they are naming it is really creating a lot of damage to lives, which is not really good. It is very devastating and heartbreaking to hear the news and see the way things has been handled over there. In this situation, sometimes it is not the government, it is the common man, it is the public who comes forward and shows the character. Uh, Sachin, I am getting some feedback here from the viewers that the picture and the video is blurry. As you are coordinating, I would request you, can you please uh, look at the video if it is blurry and how we can make it better? Sachin, are you there?
Yes, Raman. Good morning, first of all, to Raman and all the viewers. Raman, yes, little bit the video is blurry, but I think it is at your end because in my case it is fine.
Okay, should I leave the session and join it again? Maybe that's going to make it better. Let me try to do that.
Maybe you can try switching off your camera and switching it back on.
Ah, that's a very big request, Sachin. I would rather love to leave the session and join back. I am
Yeah, I think it is at
using.
your end because in my case it is working fine.
Okay, okay. Let me
Yeah.
just leave the session and join back. Okay.
Yeah, so all the viewers, in the meantime, Raman joins back. As Raman said, again, we all over the world are going through a difficult time right now. I encourage everybody to get their vaccination shot. I had my shot just 2 days back, and I was at the UFT campus to have my shot, and I was amazed to see the kind of system they had and at the scale they are put vaccinating the people. Like they had the capacity to vaccinate 160 people at single time, and there were so many volunteers, whether it is the emergency department, fire department, from every government agency. I could see people over there helping the everybody who's going there for vaccination. Even if there's the 50% chances for us to get secured or get some kind of I would say immunization from the disease, from the virus, we should definitely do that. And I hope nobody of us would like to say a sentence that, what, I wish I would have gone for the vaccination.
Yeah. Sachin, how is the video now? Is it better?
uh, no, Raman, I think it's with your laptop, so we have to live with this today. Our viewers has to live with this today.
No. Okay. You know what? Let me join from my phone then.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one
Yeah.
minute.
So viewers, please go. Government is trying everything over here. They have amazing clinics they set up. So if you are eligible, please go ahead and go get your shots. And at the same time, we all know that what is happening in India right now. We all should pray whatever help we can do to for our relatives, for our friends who are back home in India. Like I was talking to one of my friends in the morning today itself, and the situation over there is way more, I would say, bad than what we see on the TV. So whatever best we can do, I know right now even there is limited resources are available. Even if we want to help our peer group over there, our relatives, our friends, the resources are not available. Only thing that we can do is keep them in our prayers, pray for them so that we get through this phase as fast as possible, and we are able to recover from this. Definitely we will recover, but this is the hard time. We all have to get through this. So in the meantime, Raman joins us. I would like to call Kamal. Good morning, Kamal. How are
Yes,
you?
Sachin, morning. All good, fantastic. How's things going at your end?
Things are good, Kamal. Things are good.
Okay,
So
good.
your picture is clear. So it is something wrong with the
Yeah,
Raman's laptop, I think.
I think it is more to do with if he's away from Wi-Fi or something to do with his
Yeah,
network.
maybe that or maybe his laptop camera.
Yeah, either of that, right? So, how you feeling after getting shot, Sachin? I think you're
Oh, it
feeling.
was like again, it was not that much. I thought that it will be I'll have very fever, but it is just some stiff, I would say, arm for a day or two. Some I would say swelling, but I think it is worth taking it the chance. The benefit overlays the risk that we have.
Of course, of course, of
Have
course.
you taken yours?
Oh yes, I have taken mine.
Excellent, very good.
Right.
So
So
how things are
I'm
going at
feeling
the
like
franchisee and
Superman. I'm
Kamal?
about to fly. I feel that
Sorry.
I'm extra power. So from the vaccine, I think I should be
Uh-huh.
flying in some time.
I hope it doesn't make us a Superman. We have those flying powers and all that stuff.
Till the time Superman is okay, we should not look like zombie. That's I'm worried.
So Kamal, how's everything at your end? How's the franchises are going on? How we are expanding towards the franchisee side?
It's doing fantastic, Sachin. First couple of months, like I would say, first 3 4 months has been really amazing, and now we are looking a lot of better opportunities in coming months. And the good part is we are getting requests from a different province now. That's a
Excellent.
positive sign. The only thing what is stopping us is like our mobility. We are unable to go to those.
I know.
Some of province and meet those people who are interested, so we just told them to just hold the things for say a couple of weeks, and once we are there, probably I
Yeah.
think especially Manitoba and BC are the two province from where we are getting a lot of requests, and I think that once this restriction get over, those are the two province where we'll have our presence felt very
Yes,
soon.
I was doing the franchisee orientation program yesterday, and I met a guy from Reindeer.
Yeah, Red Deer, right, that is Calgary. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Uh,
So Raman is back. Let's see how his videos look like now.
Is it better, Sachin?
Uh, Not much.
Not really.
Not really.
That's okay. You can just live with the better sound today.
Yes, that's right. At least the sound is quality is good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Not a
Raman,
problem.
I met someone just some time back, like say just 10 minutes before, and I said like I have to rush, and he said, yeah, I know you people are getting live on FB. I said, so what do you enjoy most? He said, you guys, your disagreement is what we enjoy most. I said, I tell Raman, don't bring me. I don't agree to so many points. He said, no, that's what we enjoy, seeing your disagreement. Let me tell you this part.
But Kamal, I think today I'm not too sure if it is going to be a little disappointment to the audience. I'm pretty sure we all three are going to agree on one aspect at least,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the vaccination,
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
that's right. Yeah.
right?
But we can disagree on one thing, whether you want to take on a right hand or left hand, that I can disagree.
Yes.
I'm not too sure. Like, I'm going to take one shot on the left hand and one shot on the right hand. How is that?
You can do that, Raman.
No, but
I
we
was
can
thinking,
actually have another disagreement over there. Which vaccine we should get?
oh yes. Yesterday I got some WhatsApp, and it was talking about different vaccines having different potency, and what's the impact and what's the percentage of efficacy they are having after a couple of months. But I mean, I don't know what truth it carry, but everything is above 80 or 85%. Like all the 3 or 4 vaccines they're talking about, they all are above
Yeah,
80 or
absolutely.
85%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on
So,
that,
guys, I
Raman,
just want to.
yeah, I don't want to go into the efficacy of the vaccination. The only thing I would say is this: whatever you can get, please get it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Getting it is more
Uh,
important than looking at the brand, what brand you are getting it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Sachin, I think I would strongly recommend all the viewers, guys, it doesn't really matter. It's AstraZeneca, it's Pfizer, it's Moderna, or it's Johnson and Johnson. They all have done their thorough research. After that, the Canadian authorities have examined and they have approved those vaccines. So you can be very well rest assured. And of course, for anything like this, any vaccine like this, there are always like some incidences which might have happened, and that can happen with any vaccine. That's what I would say. So it is good to have some safety precaution. It is always good to have some shield of protection. And there are many people I met actually. I know there were certain cases like where even after some shots, after 2 shots, Sachin, like one of our family friend, she got vaccine from Pfizer, and she
Right.
got COVID after that, after two
Yes,
shots
yes,
actually.
that's right. That's right.
Right, so it can happen
Yeah.
to, like, there could be various circumstances. It all depends. But the good part was, like, there's a lot of protection for her as well. Maybe it could have been severe if she didn't have
Yes.
the vaccine.
The severity of this has been reduced, I would say, considerably after having the vaccination. Otherwise, the kind of strain she has gone through, I think it could have been a much worse. But just because she had the vaccination, it protected her to a certain limit. And that's the idea behind taking a vaccination, that at least even if you get into it, the things pass through safely. That is more important. Again,
Yeah.
getting sick is not bad, but at least we need to pass through it. And same thing, you talked about Pfizer. I had a friend who had the AstraZeneca, and even after having the first shot of AstraZeneca, she had a COVID. So again, it is not about which brand you are going for. If it can even provide you 50% of safety, please do go for it.
Yeah. So Sachin, I would like to ask all the viewers today. Let's see how many of them they participate who already got the vaccination done. Right. So if you have got the vaccination done, I would strongly recommend. I was very happy when I just got a call from Kamal in the morning, and he said I got my vaccination done. I know he was a little bit kind of maybe thinking I'll get it later on, and then I gave a little bit push. I don't know, Kamal, if that was the push or you were just actually planning yourself. Tell me.
that that push was that I don't want to agree what you say, but then I said no, I should agree.
Yeah, much, buddy. But one thing I think you and me both agree, right?
Yeah.
That you are above 50.
Oh yes, just two. Yeah, 52
No, no,
actually.
no. The vaccination has started for 18 plus now, so that's how I got it.
But anyway, uh, so guys, today we are going to talk something very unique, out of the way. We all talk on daily basis about common sense, and in life is all about like understanding. Life is all about having a common sense. Am I right? But do you really think common sense is very common? I personally feel it is not. Including me, many times we make so many things. We say so many things which we don't even realize, like they does not make any relevance as far as the common sense is concerned. I would like to ask from the viewers today, let's talk about 10 points in life which are related to common sense. So Kamal, first we will talk about the general life, like what is the common sense in our general life. Then I have some points in the real estate industry, which is a common sense, very uncommon. What does that mean? It does not exist so easily.
Yeah.
So Kamal, what are the 10 things in life which make common sense? Sachin, any point from your side and any points from yours, we would definitely love to the things which make the common sense in our life.
So I at some point didn't get the question. Like, means what you are asking about?
Any
What?
10 points we have to identify which is related to common sense in our day-to-day life. I'll tell you one, right? When we are driving on the road, we have to make sure if we are driving very slow, we have to follow a particular lane. And if we have to overtake, then we have to go onto the right lane. But how many people actually does that? How many times we apply our common sense on the road, right? So the first thing is the common sense in traffic. Including me and you, Kamal, many times we don't even realize other people are getting affected just because we are not going or we are not driving the car with common sense. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I got your point. Yeah.
Now you give me the second point. But do you think this common sense very common?
Sometimes I believe, Raman, it's more about the habits what people have developed, and it those habits overcome that common sense part, and if they have developed some bad habits, they continue doing that. So I feel that, yeah, that is always there. I believe in my thing, like,
Okay, Kamal, in the meanwhile, you think about the point, Sachin, I would like to hear one point from you, you as well. I
So,
would like to
Raman,
mention few of the names
uh,
who have got the vaccination done. Jaising is with us. He has jab of Moderna. Great job, Jaising. I can see Sanjeev Gambhir. He's one of my very old friends. He's from India, and thank you very much appreciating our message of vaccine. Jaising says common sense on road is that we are sharing the road with other big and small vehicles. We do not own the road. Absolutely 100% right, Jaising, and I really appreciate your message related to that particular common sense. There are some other messages which I can see about the common sense, and one of the very beautiful message, Kamal, somebody is talking about is common sense when somebody is actually behind you and you have opened the door. So as a common courtesy, you have to make sure you keep the door open for them. Otherwise, you might hit the door onto their face. So please make sure, guys, it is very, very important to apply that common sense when somebody is behind you and you are opening a door. So that was the second point. I can see a message here, LCBO being found as essential service during COVID lockdown. Trilok is putting up that as a point. But Trilok, I think I know what you want to say, but this particular point makes so much sense to me because there are many people who are so addicted to liquor. If they don't get that, it might be a matter of life and death for them. So keeping that in mind, and many people, they actually reduce their stress in the evening. So just think about it, that if they shut down the LCBOs, what is going to happen during COVID? Many lives have been saved.
it's not good to point out Kamal like this.
And thank you, Lok. Now, Lok is saying now it is making sense. Absolutely, that's right, Lok. So we have got like 2-3 points there, Kamal. What about few other points talking to common sense?
yeah, I mean, not parking your car on the walkway. Sorry, I mean on the walking area where, like, you respect the your neighbors, and you park it like in your area. That's common sense. Sometimes we overlook those small things.
Yeah.
That is
Uh,
definitely.
Kamal, the moment we started talking about keeping the LCBOs open, there are a lot many messages which I am getting, and
People are getting
everybody's
more active
appreciating
now.
that LCBOs should be open. I'm getting is if a dog is going, Sachin, can you put the messages over there on the screen as well, so that
Let
all the
me see.
viewers can see the messages? If a dog is going to bite you, then what would you do? Hit the dog, run away, let the dog bite you? Let's see what kind of common sense people use here. And just to add more fun to today's session, that's an amazing suggestion, Rishi. First of all, we should not have that situation where there is a dog going to bite you. But I
now,
got some,
now,
I got some
now,
rebuttal.
now, I think he's talking about you, Raman, because you are the one who got Milo and gold.
Yeah, I know, but I'm training them to be cool and calm,
Yes.
and I'm training them to be patient. So many times I put the food in front of them and I ask them to wait, and both of these poor chaps, they wait for like 4 or 5 minutes until I clap and I ask them to eat the food. uh, so Trilok is given a good rebuttal to that. Trilok is saying feed the dog. But Trilok, I'm not too sure if you always have those feed in your pocket. What are you going to feed the dog? I have another suggestion from Meena. Meena says, I believe the most common sense that is missing nowadays is empathy. Much needed people to be more empathetic towards everyone. I think Meenaji, you have really touched a very important point of life. This is such an important aspect, and I think this is the most important common sense point which does not prevail. So I really appreciate and thank you very much for bringing such an important point. Uh, it is more of course, yes, it is definitely a matter of common sense, but I think it is more of related to your emotional feelings, how you treat other people. That's very, very important. I have another suggestion from Rutika. To have common sense is to make good judgment in the matters of life. Absolutely, Rutika. It's very, very important that we have to make a good judgment. I have seen many people failing in their life just because their judgmental capabilities are not good. But this is little more than common sense, Rutika, but I still appreciate your point. Tanvir is giving and another important suggestion on that dogs matter. So, Rishi, you are getting a lot of response today. Tanvir is saying, stare at the dog in the eyes. You know what, Tanvir? It is very dangerous. Never ever do that with dog, because dog consider that as an attacking position, and he's going to attack back at you, because I see Gold and Milo doing that to each other every single day. So the moment they stare at each other, they attack on each other. I know for they are brothers, so they do it in a playful way.
I think, Raman, our session is going towards how to handle a dog rather than talking about the common
or
things.
or
How
the
to handle
importance of LCBO,
or
that's what I see.
Uh, Now, in another matter of common sense is being respectful to elders,
Yes.
right? Many times I really feel sad when I see people are not showing the respect to the elders. Sachin, I believe very firmly about one aspect in my life, that I cannot beat anybody who is elder than me in terms of the age, because if I'm getting older, they are getting older too, right? So there is always a special respect to that particular individual, because he came in this beautiful world before you. So they have maybe 1 second, maybe 1 minute, maybe 1 hour, or a month or year better experience, more experience than us in this world. I got another point here. I completely agree with you, Meena. Empathy and compassion is very rare quality to find in people nowadays. People are so busy that they hardly have time to ask others about what they are going through. It is so heartbreaking to see India faces such a difficult time in this pandemic. Sachin, I would definitely like to talk about India a little bit here.
Yeah.
And let's talk about common sense. People are crying, people are really in a dire need of oxygen cylinders, medicines, and everything. But tell me, who is talking that?
Yeah.
It is the common public who is talking it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is those people who actually do not carry empathy in their life. They are stocking the stuff. Either it is somebody who is stocking medicine, somebody who is stocking, oxygen cylinders, somebody, whatever they are doing. That is such an pathetic situation over there, because guys, this is the time where everybody has to come forward. I would definitely like to mention one country here, which is Japan. Guys, if this kind of situation comes in Japan, I can definitely tell you, because the way they educate, the way they teach their kids from the childhood, everybody comes forward and makes sure if they have two cylinders, they are going to give one to somebody. Here in this country, this is the unfortunate part, Sachin, and I feel so bad about it, that if somebody doesn't even need a cylinder, they are going to stock two cylinders at their home, not even thinking that those two cylinders, you may never need that. Whereas those two cylinders can save somebody's life, that oxygen can save somebody's life. Such another important thing. Now, I don't understand why these religious institution, any of the temples and the churches and all those, like, mosques and gurdwaras, why are they not coming forward as much as they can and share their wealth, the
Yeah.
wealth they have accumulated from those people who are dying today on the streets. It is such an, like, there should be a policy in India, Sachin. I firmly believe that wherever somebody is building a temple, there should be a 100-bed hospital. Otherwise, you don't get a permission to make a temple, and that
I-
hospital should run from that money. There should be a school there to educate people. There should be those facilities for the poor people to come and eat food. This
Raman,
should be the mandatory things
yeah,
whenever they are building any temple, any
Raman,
of the
I
religious place.
I cannot agree with you more than that on this topic. That, you know what, it doesn't matter whether it's a temple, it's a church, it's a gurdwara, or it's a mosque, right? I strongly, I would say, agree with you that any religious place which is getting open should only be allowed or permitted to open if they are having a hospital along with it, if they're having some educational institution along with it, so that the money get which is being generated over there or being donated over there is used for a good cause. In our, I would say, country, we are fighting to build a mandir, we are fighting to build the mosque, the churches. But today, this pandemic situation has opened our eyes that, you know what, those things are not important. Our healthcare is important, our
Yes.
education is important. That is what is going to save us when a pandemic like this would hit us. Again, I understand this is a catastrophe right now going through. Today it is a pandemic, tomorrow it could be something else,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
We can be only ready with those things when we have the right healthcare, when we have the right education system for our young generation which is coming in. You
Yeah.
were talking about empathy. I so much agree with Meena and Rutika. You know, when I look at the news, what is happening in India right now, I see that empathy is missing. People, they are only concerned that, you know what, if I can save the oxygen, if I can save the drugs, if something happens in the future to my family. They are not looking at those people who are dying right now. Right now the resources should be used for the people who need it now, not tomorrow, not day after.
Yeah.
So again,
Uh,
if anybody all over the world, it is not for only India. I know this situation is happening all over the world right now. Even US had it in the first wave. Italy, France, Spain, everybody has gone through this situation. Okay, so only way we can handle this is that when we can come to get together, when we can use every possible resource that we have to save even a single human life. I remember when it was happened the first time in the March 2020, the first thing we were facing was that, the shortage of sanitizers. And I remember that, I got four big cans of sanitizer, and we I opened a small thing in the garage wherein, we promoted that anybody needs sanitizer, they can get it from us at the garage. This is not the time to, stock this with us for our future use. This is, whether it is a sanitizer, whether it is the mask or drugs or medicines or oxygen, this is the time that use every possible resource to get it to the people who need it.
yeah. Sachin, I have a point here from Gary Bajwa. Gary is saying something may be common sense to one person and it might not be a common sense to other. Absolutely, Gary, I agree with your point. But there are few common things which are common sense everywhere. Uh, Again, perspective could be different. Yes, I do agree with you. And Rutika is saying, Rutika is requesting us to conduct a fundraiser for our country, which would help Indians in this pandemic, and I would like to donate to it. Rutika, just wanted to let you know, I really appreciate that. We are putting our best efforts. Uh, a couple of days before, from Team SaveMax, we actually own a hospital in India, and I have sent approximately 20 lakh rupees over there, so that wherever it is needed, it can be taken care, and any poor person who cannot afford the treatment over there, and not only from my side, from the whole management group, who, I have a couple of partners over there, so they put in another 20 lakh rupees from their side to ensure anybody whosoever is needy, and they need the treatment over there, they are trying their level best. And that hospital is in India, in Rohtak, by the name of Kainos. And at this point of time, they are putting their best efforts. The institute is being led by Dr. Arvind. This guy, I salute him for his empathy towards the common public. Uh, he actually practiced in England for 15 years and then decided to come back to India. You can very well understand how much gut somebody need to make that kind of decision, and that too going into its second tier city in Rohtak and opening up a hospital there. Of course, the objective was not to make money. That was not the first objective. The first objective was to serve the country. But sometimes I feel bad for him when I see that this passionate chap, Dr. Arvind, he feels so frustrated with the system. He feels he has been handcuffed. Think about it. What could be a worst scenario for a doctor than seeing his patient dying? Not because of the ailment, not because of the age, but because of the shortage of resources. And that resource, that to oxygen, I think that particular incidence is going to stay with that doctor for whole of their life. At the end of the day, they are human beings too. And what I am worried, Sachin, is what is going to happen once this pandemic is over, and many of them, they are going to have depression. Believe me, after this pandemic, no doctor would advise their kids to come into this profession, the way things has been treated over there. Right? I know we are deviating ourselves from the topic for today, but this topic is so important for us to talk.
Yeah.
And I think we all need to understand this, especially South Asian community. It's my humble request to those people who talk about religion here. Please stop doing that. Don't make this beautiful country the place where we come from, because that is what we left there behind. But if we want to build up the same system here, our next generation is going to be ruined, guys. And more than those people who talk about religion so passionately, I would warn a common man not to follow those idiots. I'm sorry to use that word, but I think it is our responsibility. I think we are at fault. If we follow those idiots and start working on building up temples, churches, mosques, gurdwaras, and all that stuff. No, it is important. It is equally important. I'm not saying that, because there are so many people, when they reach there, when they go there, they get peace. But let's not make that as our primary objective. There should be a priority given to healthcare. There should be a priority given to education. And of course, religion is something very personal, and I respect it. But Before that, our priority should be that we should make sure that we work for humanity, right? Our funding, our money should be there for the right cause, should be there for educating the children, should be there for treating the poor people, treating the people with illness. I'm so sorry, guys. I know. And I apologize if I said anything wrong just because I got emotional onto this topic. Please, guys, whole country is crying over there. Every day I'm talking at least 1 to 2 hours to my parents, to my friends, to my family members over there. And everybody is telling that situation is so pathetic. People are being left on the road to die. What could be a worst situation than that for anybody? And if we don't learn anything from that, I think the coming generation is not going to forgive us for that. So, Sachin, I personally feel it becomes my responsibility to talk about it, to share my opinion about it. And again, guys, I apologize if I said anything which somebody don't like. But I think we need to express ourselves. That is very, very important at this point of time. So please, guys, more than religion, let's work on education, let's work on healthcare system and make our next generation better. Yes, Sachin, you want to say something?
Raman, I totally agree that religion is meant to show us the right path. If any religion is not able to show us the path to save human lives, if the sources of that religion is not helping to save even a single human life, that religion, no matter what religion it is, I'm not talking about any particular religion, whether it's a Hindu religion or any religion it is, it will not serve the purpose of humanity. Right now you're talking about people dying on the street. Like I'm talking to somebody wherein people, they are cremating the bodies on the footpaths. That's the situation has gone over there. Okay, so only thing that right now we can do, I know they need resources, but more than resources, I think they have the resources, but only thing is that use those resources in the right manner. That is more important. If a country like India does not have resources, I can tell you no country in the world can have the resources. The kind of money is lying in India, but it's about the intentions. It's about the political will to do the things, to execute the things. That is more important.
Sachin, what I feel here was missing was the miscalculation. What I
Yes,
believe in India, it was, see, resources, as you said, there is abundance of money, may it be anything, right? But now the time is something they cannot bring it back. They
yes,
already miscalculated the entire situation. They cannot, like, now come this scenario where even they are bringing oxygen things from so many different countries, but what about the time? Because now the things which they did in past, about the comb and other religious activities happened, which never stopped. They were
yes.
taking the things so casually, and here the result is, right? So I feel that some part, some authorities or some system actually took this entire situation very casually. They thought, oh, nothing is going to happen or something, or they will be able to control it. Now it's
They
going to
let
come.
their guards down
Exactly.
just because they had good first wave. I would say that they were able to get through the first wave, I would say, with lot of ease, and they let their guards down, and they didn't calculated what could happen in the second wave. They did
Exactly.
not, and they opened everything, whether it was election rallies, it was religious functions like whom you're talking about. IPL is going on over there. Everything is open. Like one
Right.
few of our friends were there in India, and they were telling me that what, it is like a like normal life over there. The clubs
Exactly.
are open, the restaurants are open, everything is open over there. So if we talk about over here, even though we see that sometimes that what, in Canada we are going through a lockdown every month, every second month we are having a lockdown, and we are sometimes even criticizing our government also for that. Okay,
No, we are
but
blessed. We are blessed, I would say. We are
but
blessed.
today I feel that what, the government has taken the right decision by doing those lockdowns. At least it has restricted most of the population to a certain limit to their homes. Because again, even though India is in that situation, the kind of resources and infrastructure they have, we might not be able to handle things if those things happen over here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sachin, I would again like to put the onus on to us
Yes.
because who choose the government? We choose
Yeah.
the government.
Yeah.
Who bring those leaders at the forefront?
Yeah.
We do, right? So it is. We cannot just put the responsibility. I was reading some of the comments over here today, and somebody has mentioned a very good point. I'm not too sure what that person's name was. That there should be a class in the school to teach them about humanity. Guys, let's not put the responsibility on the
On schools,
schools.
yeah.
Let's not put the responsibility on the religious institution. We are responsible. Why don't we take that responsibility as parents? And before that, why don't we do that by ourselves? If we are doing it, automatically our kids are doing it, because kids are going to do what they see, what you are doing. So let's start from ourselves. Let's not put those accountabilities onto the schools, onto the government, onto the religious institution. We are the one who are following them. We cannot escape ourselves from this responsibility. At least I would not like to escape myself from that responsibility. It is very, very important, guys. We all keep talking about others, others, others. Why don't we start from ourselves? Why don't I make myself the best person? Try to, at least. Why don't I make myself empathetic to others? Why don't I make myself who is contributing towards the hospital? So please, guys, try to understand. Let's not keep putting the accountability on others. Let's start from ourselves. This is very, very important. So we should not put our guards down. Sachin, I think we should not talk about real estate. I would like to focus on this topic today so that
That's
we can
right.
educate, we can talk to more and more people, and we can convey our message as much as we can. And I'll be
Raman,
very
in
happy.
today's time, there cannot be more relevant topic than this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I will
Right?
be
So
very happy.
even if you talk about today's topic that we have, and I will talk about, you asked me a question that, what thing is very common, but people don't follow it. In today's context, wearing mask, having virtual meetings, keeping distance, this is very, I would say, common. It's a common sense. But is everybody having that common sense?
Yeah. And no, Sachin, I would definitely, as I said, we should take the onus onto ourselves as well.
Even
Many
even
times
sometime
we,
today, I'm saying that, what, even though I'm saying it, sometime even I might not be having that common sense.
yes, yes.
Right? I'm not trying to say that, what, I always have that common sense and I'm following every protocol. Yes, sometimes even I don't follow it. But is that the right thing to do? No, that's not the right thing to do.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so to all the viewers, my humble request, whenever you see anybody who is talking about anything other than providing the best healthcare, providing the education, creating the sports facilities for the kids so that we can keep them away from the drugs and negativity, please, if we don't go and encourage those so-called leaders who actually are not doing something for humanity, I think we are at fault. We should not point fingers onto them because they are much smarter than us. They are doing what they are supposed to do, but we are failing. We are not doing what we are supposed to do. And let's start everything from ourselves. If we as an individual start thinking in that direction, automatically everything is going to change, guys. So at this point of time, there is a lot of resources, a lot of best wishes. I was talking to my partner over there, Sachin, and I asked him today morning, Parvinder, who actually managed all the hospital operations and everything. I asked him, Parvinder, tell me if I can do something for you. What would you like me to do? And his only thing was, just pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
So think about it. A doctor is who we consider as God is requesting just pray.
Yeah.
So you can very well understand their mental state and what they might have been going through right now. And they are sending me the pictures of the ICU ward. They are sending me the pictures of the COVID ward. Everything looks so,
Raman, think about this. In our lifetime, we might see losing one or two or three near and dear ones that we see, in front of us. Those people, they are seeing 20, 30 people dying in front of them every day.
yep,
Think about their mindset. We can't even handle those things happening to us maybe twice in our lifetime, thrice in our lifetime. And they are handling this like, and that too, wherein they know that they can save them. They know that, if they have the right resources, they can save those people, they can save those lives, and still they are not able to do it. Think about the mental stress they are going through.
absolutely, absolutely. And guys, my humble submission to all of you on the social media, don't spread hate, don't spread negativity. Please ensure to maintain a positive atmosphere so that people who are suffering during this pandemic should get some encouragement, because at this point of time, I think more than medication, more than anything else, they need some encouragement, which is very, very important. So please try to understand, if you cannot contribute anything, don't just Sachin, I'll tell you something very which really bothers me a lot over there. I
Yeah.
see people doing their fantastic job. They are distributing oxygen and all this stuff. But the moment they start talking about religion, I start
Yeah.
hating those people.
Yeah.
That, oh, my religion is doing that, the other people's religion is not doing this. What the heck are you talking? We appreciate you are doing something good,
Yeah.
but what it has to do with the religion, right? Tell me, any of those gurus, any of those, uh, scholars, any of those great personalities, did they ever said anybody to follow any religion? No. I think the person who talks about religion is, I personally don't feel comfortable with that. If you are talking too much about religion, if you are just talking about like, okay, this religion is doing that, that religion is doing this, guys, please, let's come out of it. Let's talk about success, let's talk about prosperity, let's talk about how we can make human being as a human being.
I think, Raman, this is the challenge over there in India, especially. I would blame to a certain extent to the kind of media we have over there, wherein even if I take the COVID out of it, even when before some kind of, I would say, crime is happening over there, they are connecting everything with the religion of that person. The
Yeah,
religion has not done the crime. It's the person who has done it.
there you go.
Right? It doesn't matter his name is Ramesh or his name is Mushtaq.
Yep.
Right, so that is that is how I think, that is how, those things are politically motivated. Those things are being those rumors are being spread by the media. And as a common people, only thing that we can say is this: stay, put your brain behind it, think about it, that why this thing is happening, and let's not encourage those things, because ultimately it's going to harm all of us. It's going to harm not only us but our next generation itself.
Yep. So Kamal, uh, I think by chance we have started talking about all topic, which I'm happy that we spoke about that. Let's not talk about
Yeah.
anything about real estate.
Yeah.
And I am so much thankful to all the viewers who are contributing to this discussion. Many times, guys, we might feel that this discussion is useless. What is the fun of doing it? Not really. Guys, maybe this can change one person's thought process. Maybe this can create a little empathy in somebody's mind and heart. Maybe at least this gives me a thought process to make myself a little bit better. I'm not saying I'm going to be exceptionally fantastic. I put the onus onto myself, and I might be the one who is making all those mistakes. But if I don't talk about it, I'm not going to improve on it. So let's all get together and make sure wherever, whoever, come forward and bring healthcare, bring education, and the betterment of the society, we should support them. Also, Sachin, I would like to mention one more point here. Many times I have seen somebody is doing something good and people start criticizing them. Oh, we are giving you donation, we have given you this support, where this all gone and this and that. I personally don't believe on that. I say, you know what? At least somebody is having the courage to do that. At least somebody is taking that initiative. And it becomes our duty. If we cannot encourage them, let's not discourage them. At least maybe somebody is doing it for their own purpose. Could be. But is it saving somebody's life? If that is happening, let's appreciate it. We can always do fault finding in whatever somebody else does. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thanks to every single individual who is coming forward, taking initiative, and providing support in any way to people back home in India, because we belong to that country and that country belongs to us. So I want to make sure we say thanks to them for any kind of support which they are providing to our people. And thank you very much for standing with us in this unprecedented time. Guys, we appreciate your support and help. Whatever way somebody is reaching out to people, I personally feel I am indebted to them for their gesture.
I
And
would
in
say,
whatever way
Mr.
we
Raman,
can
that
support, I will be very, very happy on behalf of whole Save Max team. Wherever, whatever way anybody needs us, we will try our level best. So please make sure, guys, if you cannot do anything, just do a little encouragement, and that is more than enough. But I would give a clear cut indication of one thing. Please, please, please don't bring religion as your priority in life. That is the worst somebody can do. Let's make healthcare, education, good health to our next generation, sports activity, success, business, economy as the priorities in our life. Let's support our leadership. It is very challenging for them to make the decision, guys. It is not an easy job. So please try to understand. This is not the time to throw mud at each other. This is the time to come forward and help each other so that we can overcome with this challenge. And I want to thank you, all the viewers. I can see Jace Prime Leaker, Meena Tati, Rutika, Tanveer, uh, and so many other viewers who are contributing, participating in today's discussion. Thank you very much, guys. Your encouragement, your support always gives us a little bit more energy, and it gives us a thought process so that we can bring more and more views good suggestions in front of you. And I want to say thanks from the bottom of my heart to every single individual who is providing support to our community back home. Kamal, you wanted to say something. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was just reading the news, Raman, and I believe that not alone India, even our neighbors Pakistan, there is a situation which is getting little grave. So I would say even our friends there need blessings too. So the system in both the countries are almost similar, uh, which they have to struggle a lot. So I believe the situation is not that worse there, but I think it's slowly deteriorating. But same ways we would like to say the same thing to our neighbors and the people who are coming from different countries. If something of this sort is going there as well, so our wishes are always there. And if any of those need any support from here, like where we can be there and support them, definitely we will be more than happy to do that.
Absolutely, Kamal. And thank you very much. Sachin, anything you would like to contribute? I think it's already the time for us to say goodbye.
Raman, only thing, because as a closing remarks, I would like to request and encourage everybody that please go and get your vaccination done if you're eligible. Uh, all over the world, people, they are want to have the vaccination, but they are not able to get it because of inventory issues or whatever. We are blessed that in this country, we are getting the vaccination. I had my vaccination done at Trillium Health Partners, and the way they are administering it, it is amazing system they have built. Uh, so i my request would be, please go ahead and get your vaccination done. Even if it can save one human life, it is worth taking the chance. And second would be, I know the things not only in India, the way things are happening all over the world. Uh, uh, the as you rightly said, that it is very important to pray and keep all those our relatives, everybody back home all over the world, to keep them in our prayers, and just wish for good health for everybody all over the world.
Yeah. Thank you, Sachin, and thank you, Kamal. And Kamal, thank you for touching on another important aspect. Like again, it's equally important for us to talk about Pakistan. It is equally important for us to talk about Bangladesh, even Brazil, even US, even our own. Now it is our own home country, Canada. So every single individual, wherever life is, it is very, very important. It is equally important as it is our life is. So please make sure, guys, wherever, in whatever way help and support is needed, let's reach out to them, let's support them, because if we do it today, we might need it tomorrow. If we do it today, we might get it tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining for today's session. And again, I would like to humbly say sorry if I said anything wrong, which anybody might have felt bad, just because a little emotional aspect which we were touching today. But my intent was not to hurt anybody. Of course, everybody's feeling, everybody's way of life is their own choice. I am nobody to comment onto it. But still, I think the same way everybody has the right to express their opinion, I have my own right, and I will never ever stop myself exercising that right. But exercising my own right, I don't want to cross my limits. I want to make sure, the same way I want respect for my opinion, I respect other people's opinion. And that is what is going to make us a good human being and make this world a better place for our next generations to come. So thank you very much for joining for today's session. We wish you good luck. Stay healthy, stay safe, and keep praying for those who need our help in this situation. Thank you very much and have an
Thanks, everyone.
amazing week ahead. Stay safe. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Good day, everybody.